Wait for folks to come in. Oops. I know I didn't give any notice. There. I know I didn't give any notice, but I am here now. Yes. So, folks start coming in, then we'll start chit-chatting about what has been happening. It's been a week for me, I know. So, wait for folks to come in. Got me some fruit juice today. Some fruit punch, along with my water, of course. Mmm. See my bird feeder back there? Set it up just like this so that you can see my bird feeder. Wanted to show you my backyard, the things that I've been doing, and tell you all about uh, what I have gone through, what I went through last night with the storm. Jeez, that one itself was wow. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Say hello. Hello, Markov. Hello. I know I didn't announce. I'm just here. I'm going to come on and we are just going to chit chat about this, that, and the other. Talk about what has been happening. Say where you are from. I am good. And how are you? It took me a long time to get situated today because I wanted to do this outside today, but I had a storm that came through and I had to clean up my area and I couldn't believe what I had to clean up and it was something else. Had my first tornado, sirens going off and everything. It was interesting to say the least. From Switzerland. I do not think I've ever chit-chatted with someone from Switzerland. It is some place that I would love to go. I'm curious about it. I was watching Cash Peters, and I don't know if you know who he is, but he had gone to Switzerland, and he was showing, I think it's that energy thing, that round, forget the name of it at the moment. Well, I don't recall the name of it at the moment. And then he was showing around the city and so forth. Very interesting. I'm a warm weather person, that is for sure. I'm in Georgia and I love me some heat. So you can see it's chilly for me right now. I got on my sweatshirts, my cozy clothes, because it had been in the 80s and now it's in the 50s the next day. Just like, okay, this is cold. So for me, give me some 80, 90 degree weather and I'm whistling, skipping, and I'm happy. Most folks is like, they're running for the air conditioning. Not me. Turn that thing down. That is not me. Would you like a card while we wait for others to get here? Because I wanted to show my yard of what I've been doing. Do you do tarot cards? Well, I don't have any tarot cards. I have oracle cards. Would you like a card for Mark today? How about we do Green Witch Oracle? It's a for nature deck. To see a card, this one right here. Green Witch Oracle. Green Witch Oracle. It's for angels, guides, loved ones. I call you in today and I ask for a message for Mark in Switzerland. Specifically for Mark in Switzerland as to what he needs to know for today. Mark in Switzerland. Angels, what message do you have for him today? Let's pull this one right here. And we have a harvest. Okay. A harvest. That is nice. It says determination and hard work. That is a bounty right there. Have you been working hard, expecting a harvest coming your way? Like, oh my goodness, when is it going to come? Have you been asking for answers? And it's the last card on the deck. It says harvest time means hard work. It's time to reach the results of sowing and tending. And that usually means a lot of effort concentrated in a short period of time. This time can be just as exhausting as when you sowed your seeds. but it is a necessary part of the successful growing season. Sometimes you might think that it's all about sitting back and enjoying the fruits of your labor. It's important to appreciate your success, but don't lose your way. The harvest card directs you to collect your bounty, to recognize your blessings, and to not stop working too early. You're almost there, but you still have things to see through. Work to recoup the energy you previously invested. Wow, what a great message. Okay, you work into construction. So, does this message resonate with you? That is really good. It says the reflection to this, the affirmation. Are you burning out because of too much hard work too quickly? How can you give yourself support as you reap the bounty of your efforts? Thank you, universe, for that awesome message. So, I hope the angels answered your questions as to what it is that you are doing. Who else would like a message today? Because obviously the angels are always doing their job. Ancestors and loved ones. Who else in the chat today would like a card, an oracle card? It says, what a lovely day. Hello, I would love to know if I had a past life in France, in the 1300s as a king. Let me get a different deck. Let me get a yes or no. I try to keep my energy out as much as possible and not be too spread. So we'll get a yes or no. You are more than welcome. The universe is infinite. Universe is a badass. Okay, yes or no. What a beautiful day. Wants to know, were they a king in what year was that? 1700? Were they a king in a past life? Spirit, guides, and angels. Angels. Are they a king in a past life? Let's pull this card right here. Oh, no, a knight. Okay, well, let's shuffle that again. As a knight. 1300s as a knight. Forgive me. Okay, angels, guides, a loved one. Was he a knight? Okay, we had a jumper. And it is 4 cards, so we'll start over, okay? We want a little bit more clear than that. I'm not doing a card reading per se. We are now 3. Okay, 333. Okay, where are you a knight? Spirit says yes. Yes and yes. Look at that. Even the sword, a king of swords. Yes, you were. Spirit says yes, you were. What made you ask the question in the first place, as you wanted confirmation as to whether or not you were a knight in your past life? Why specifically 1300s? Oh, you saw it. Wonderful. Confirmation. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about. Okay, who else would like a card today? Yes or no card, or just a specific message? Because I saw it in my third eye. That's trust yourself. What you see, what comes to you, what you see, hear, what you know, you feel, your sense, trust. Hello, do you know where is Iran? I know where it is, the country. Are you in Iran? Is that what you are saying? Switzerland and Iran today? What a wonderful day it is. I can only see certain people. That's okay. What's important is you trust in what you see, feel, and know, because it's coming to you. Only you know what's coming to you spiritually, and only you know what's coming to you in your physical body. So trust what it is that, even in the slightest of, I just, like, for example, and when I was meditating yesterday, I was seeing images of I'm assuming he was like Polynesian, somewhere in the islands. He was big and burly, but I could clearly see his eyes and so forth. And he wasn't aligned with other people, but he was walking towards me. And, and I was like, okay. And then I dismissed it because I thought I was seeing myself in a past life because there was another image and it was Oriental and they had the same eyes. So I assumed that it was me, but I didn't think anything of it. But it was for a reason, and whatever the reason may or may not be always comes later, because if spirit shows you something, then it's obviously for a reason. Hey girl, how you doing, Andrea? Did you want a card today? Oh, and then the Iran. Okay, so the name is in Arabic. So can you put it, type your name in English so that we can know who we are speaking with? Instead I'll just call you Iran. And I didn't see the last message after I asked you, Miss Andrea, if you wanted a card, an oracle card for today. And then after this, I'm going to show you guys my garden, what I've been working on. Okay, so the ancestors. Okay, ancestors. This one, you are Mohammed Sam. Hello, Mohammed Sam. You prefer Sam or Mohammed? Or it doesn't matter. Secrets of the ancestors. Let's we don't want anything getting mixed up. So let me tell you while I'm shifting the cards. Iranian. Okay. I love it. I had some neighbors. Well, they lived around the corner, maybe a couple of blocks and then around the corner. But this is when I worked at the school and their kids went there. And so I had me a little favorite one, little cutie who would always act shy around me because he was just so cute. And I was always, come here, let me give you a little kiss. You're so cute. Oh, I would love to see it. Okay, angels. Andrea would like a message from the ancestors today. Angels, ancestors. What message do you have for Miss Andrea? So yesterday, I experienced my first tornado. Now, for those who know me and know how I feel weather, how I can feel weather when it is coming, sometimes a year or two out or whenever, but I can literally feel weather. So, where I live here in Georgia, we had the tornado sirens last night. And the difference is I've heard the sirens before, but it was always a test run. During the day, it's like I'll hear the sirens. Is that sirens? But it'll be a sunny, bright day. And it's like, okay, nothing's going on. But yesterday, I was even hanging out in the backyard and everything like that. And then I had gone in the house and because I was sitting on the steps at the end of the evening. And it was beginning, clouds were coming in and it was getting dark. So I, went inside and brought the cats in. It's like, okay, it's getting a little dark here. I see rain's getting ready to come again. Next thing you know, I hear sirens. And I was standing in the kitchen talking and I said, is that a siren? And so I opened the back door to make sure that I was actually hearing a siren. And I said, yes, that is a tornado sirens. And it was getting darker and darker. And so at that moment, I said, Jason, go turn on the local news, And then I called my son. I was like, DJ. He said, I hear it. And so, they've always been, but never in my neighborhood. And literally it touched down like a mile away. And when I say the energy that was in me, I've never felt before and how strong it was. And all I could do was I was just like, okay, angels. And I went into protection mode. But I bet you do. I've had Middle Eastern food. It's delish. So when it was over, because it was literally scary because it was just like how we watch the weather channels, how they will increase the map so they can see your area. And it was like a mile away where it had touched down. It was so scary because it was dark and it was literally like a feeling of being in the dark, not knowing where this storm is, if that tornado was going to hit your house or not. So it was my first that close, pretty freaking scary, yet I made it through and went to bed and slept like a rock right afterwards. Intense. Okay, sorry, Miss Andrea, but I wanted to share the story. And the universe says to you, root of the earth, inspired action. Honey, I see you holding coins. Papa here got some coins for you. You got a little sweet one that's going to give you some coins. Where's the secrets of the ancestor? Did I miss Risa? I didn't even say hello to Miss Risa. Hello, Miss Risa. Okay, root of the earth, inspired action. Let's see what you, if that money is for you today. I'm sure it is. Wealth to you, may it rain. It gonna rain wealth on your head. It's gonna rain wealth on your head, holding that big old coin. I'm sure you won't mind. I am sure you will not mind a little bit of, oops, I just saw it. I did, maybe because I didn't sing my way to root of the earth. Sorry, I'll get it. Looking for that doggone, you know I always go through this. It's soul time. You know I always go through this looking for that doggone, index. It likes to hide from me. It really does. Root of the earth. It says, do you really want it? Or do you want to continue to do woulda, coulda? You know woulda, couldas don't work. You must take advantage of the opportunity that are presenting themselves. You are in the beginning stages of something great. Be careful not to overcommit to do to too many things and to too many people. That's burnt out. Plant your seeds and stay grounded. You are a good student. There may be education related news. Root spirits are message bearers. Good financial news is on the way. That big old coin's about to drop on your head. Just rub that bump out. You'll be all right. The ancestral meaning. The root of the earth is reliable. Plant ancestor. Plant ancestor spirit. High John the Conqueror. Specific name. Forgive me. It's in another language. He honors the physical world and is deeply connected to the earth and nature. The formerly enslaved man known as High John the Conqueror is a hero of many stories. Some say he was a captured African prince, and to others he was a trickster. One thing is certain, he always outwitted everyone. In hoodoo practice, his root brings power, luck, money, and protection. Well, looks like somebody getting a bump on their head today. Root of the earth. Look at that big old coin. Look how happy he is holding all that money. That's you. That's you right there, happy holding all that money. He thinks it's funny the way he gonna give it to you. Okay. I hope that message resonated with you. It took me a little bit to get there. I do apologize. Let me show you all my, hopefully I can do this correctly. I want you, oops. Okay, hopefully I can do it correctly. There we go. So this is what I've been doing. This is kind of where I have been. That's all my citronella plants. And I've been in the gardens. This is getting ready for the green beans. I got 2 of them right there. Got 2 cilantras, and it's ready for the rest. Over here, we got a lot of bell peppers. These are the orange, yellow, and red ones. And then over here is all green ones. Yes. And then I got some cucumbers going. some, and they getting on up in there. I've been planting. See, the storm came through here last night. I got a, whoop. It's not quite ready yet, but it fell off. I got another one in there. Looks like I got 1, 2 in there. Can you see it? It's back up in there. I'll take this one into the house, and then 2 more tomatoes. These are all, I did beefsteak. I didn't want no small ones this year. And then we got jalapeno and serrano. Yes. And then my lavender plants over here. Yes, I still got to finish getting all the weeds, and see, we cut down the tree. It wasn't my idea, but it happened. But I'm enjoying the sunshine. And then over here, I'm creating under the swing chair a moss area. See that? So that I want it all soft. So some of it's taken and some of it hasn't, but I'm gonna still keep it on up. And then this is when I decide to sit, when I'm just want the umbrella. But over here is my fruit area. It's over here. So I got the raspberries. They haven't really done much yet. You know, it's not quite their time yet. But over here, the blueberries, I have the netting on it, and you can see the blueberries beginning to get ripe. And I got 4 bushes. I've had these like since 2020 or 21. And then some strawberries. Only 2 of them. I'm going to plant some more because the other ones, and we've been getting some strawberries off of them. But this is where I've been, besides this and work. This is where I've been. See, we had rebuilt the border thingy right there because it was collapsed, like this one over here. Oh, they're so simple. They, like, I swear, to the simplest ones. It's a little bird feeder right here. Okay, so this is my herb side. So I got to redo all of this, but so I got my sage over here. See, we got to redo the whole border thingy, like over, because it has gone down over time. And this is mugwort. This right here makes delicious tea. You can tea it, smoke it, and it helps with sleep and dream. Now I had I'm getting ready to put some more catnip over here. That's Scarface. That's my he was like almost 15 years old. He was a big, what's those called? My cat. What kind of cat was it? Y'all think of the name. Those big ones. Lord, he's scratching my feet right now. So, I can't believe the name. My cat. So blueberries, I swear. Okay, and this is one thing that I noticed. That fruit comes back. Oh, and you guys see the peaches. You want to see all my peaches? We got Penelope and Peter over here. Oh, and then I did my melons. I forgot my melons. So blueberries, I swear, they've gone, just put it in the ground, and we even moved them 2 different times to that spot, and they still took. And I will go out there on a regular. This is my peaches. This is Penelope. Can you see that? They're still green. Well, that would make sense as to why the kale kept coming back. This is the avocado. Now, avocados, I'm having a time getting it to going, but I'm not giving up. And then this one is Peter. Now, Peter, he had peaches too last year, but not this year, because right here was the old, I don't know what happened, but we ended up having to cut it. But it was all branched up like this and produced peaches. All of this is a new branch, so it's not going to do any peaches this year, but it will next year. So I got 2 peach trees that we'll give at least, that Penelope will give at least 15 peaches. And then over here, they got the watermelon, cantaloupe and watermelon. This time I decided to do it back here. And so I just, can you see them? One right there. See, like I did it all along here, just a whole line of them. And we'll see how many, because they don't always come back good. Not come back. They don't always produce good. So let me see. Okay, turn that around. All right. So that's where I've been besides at work putting money in the coffers. I've been out here in this yard. So that's why I haven't been on lately. Oh, you see the citronellas on this side. Um, Come on, switch. Oops. Doop, doop. Switch. Switch. Thank you. Okay. See these plants here, the citronella, I planted on this side too, so that it'll go all the way around the pergola. And because they are mosquito bear plants, and so is lavender. Peppermint is too, but peppermint don't know how to act. Peppermint want to act like it own everything. So yeah, we're gonna just leave peppermint alone. But so that's my garden. This is my backyard. This is what I do. So when it comes to blueberries, I swear, just put them in the ground. I think I got it. Yeah, I did. I got it at Walmart when I did get my blueberries. And I just put them in the ground. I haven't had to do anything extra to them. The only thing that you must do is after you got to keep them uncovered so that the flowers can get pollinated, of course. And once the blueberries begin to form, then you have to cover them. Get a netting and cover them. Because I tell you, them birds will clean it in one day as soon as they ripen. They will. So, and I've even had one where it figured out how to get under that net and had itself a little route, a little trade route, and went in there and just raped all my blueberries. I said, ain't this nothing? So I just went on and let them have it. So, and the same with the strawberries, because there'll be like one bite out of it from a squirrel or something. Once there's one bite, you can have the rest. I don't want none. So, but yeah, so even with the tomato, where did it go? This tomato right here, one or two things. I can let it ripen up to where it gets red, or I can slice this baby up and make some fried green tomatoes. Yum, yum, yum. Dip them in some ranch sauce or whatever. Yum, yum, yum. You just, okay, how do you make, yeah. Yes, as long as the birds can't get in there, that's right. And that little netting that I got, that, I think I paid maybe $20, and it came with 2 sets. Yes, they are delicious. It came with 2 sets, so I have another ready to set aside in the future or whatever. So I just used one netting, and I had to cut that piece, so the other piece was over Penelope, because the squirrels will eat the peaches when they're still green like nuts. So once they kind of turn color, then you can take them off, take the netting off. Otherwise, the squirrels will eat that too. And I haven't been able to grow spinach because the squirrels, me and them squirrels, I was ready to fight a squirrel. I swear I was. I tried everything to cage it and whatever. Them squirrels love spinach. That's why they so strong swinging in them trees. Yes, they are. I've tried growing red onions to where after you finish your onion and you leave just the root and then put it in the ground, it'll grow. But not around squirrels. Them bad boys come and digging them up and then cover up where they dug up. So yeah, I gave up on trying to grow red onions. I gave up on trying to grow spinach, and I know how to defense against peaches and blueberries. So, and then of course I put the marigolds. You know about marigolds. They help with some bugs. Not all the plants. Not all bugs go to all plants, but they not only with pollinations, attracting the bees and butterflies and so forth, but whatever plants that it wards away the bugs, then marigolds help, because marigolds are the first flowering plant that will disappear at the nursery, because they're not easy to start either. I've tried starting, I've had success one time, but I just will just go buy them if I can because of everything that goes with it. But for those that, way that I do fried green tomatoes, I just slice it up into like, little half-inch, fourth size slice, and salt and pepper it, put your little seasoning, a little bit of flour, both sides, cornstarch or whatever you want to use, and then you just some light oil, and then just fry it up, both sides, and take it out, put it on paper towel so it'll drain the oil. Let it cool, dip that bad boy on some ranch dressing. So that's with fried green tomatoes, or let it ripen up and you got tomatoes. And of course, we all know tomatoes are universal. And I'll get so many tomatoes, I be putting them in bags and putting them on my neighbors' doors. So, yes. So those of you who haven't started a garden, please start. If you are in a apartment situation, a Bengal, thank you, that's the type of cat my had, who was paired up with Scarface. He was a Bengal, almost 15 years old. Isn't that funny how a word will pop in your head when you're not talking about it? But if you're in an apartment and you have a balcony, it's probably because I got ready to say balcony, you can, and I know apartments have rules and so forth, but find a way. At least tomatoes are easy. These plants that I have out here, especially green beans. I didn't show you my green beans. That's another one. I get the green beans from the seeds, of course, and I will start them on the steps, on the stoop where the squirrels generally don't go, because they'll dig that up too, the little seeds from the green beans. So I'll start them up there, and then I'll move them. I didn't show, let me see. Oops. Have you ever done green beans before? So this is just oops, I just switched it. Switch. There we go. This is just the start. So it only takes, so I just transferred them over here like day before yesterday, maybe. Oh, you don't eat, well, they are the easiest. I start them up on the plant, on the steps first. Like you can see. Okay. See, these are coming through to where I'll have this pot and I have this pot with some green beans. So I just did this one. So these are about ready. It only takes like 7 to 10 days for these to come out. 2 weeks at the most. And these are all new green beans. Not that one. This one right here. So when they get a little bit taller, then I'll move them over. And then I have the starting of more avocado. Because I'm going to get me an avocado tree. I am. And then this was the cantaloupe. One of them that I didn't, because I put cantaloupe seeds down. I had saved some. And then after it dried out from last year, I decided to try it again and plant it. Because the ones that I saved, I got from the store, I believe, the seeds. But so super simple. And once you do your green beans, you are out there just about every day plucking some green beans. They are very, very bountiful in their harvest. Yes, they are very bountiful. So let's see what else is going on. The idiot's still in office. Okay. So when I was telling you all to stock up, when I was saying not just food, but your everyday things around the house, this is what I was talking about. And China ain't playing. You know what? I'm just gonna be real here. If it was me and I was China, this is what I would say. You go sit yourself down, and when you grow up, then I will talk to you. I would probably go so far as to say when the next president comes along, I will talk to them. That way I know you got some sense about you. Because this man walking around right now, he don't know what he doing. He ain't doing nothing but trying to bring us back to the 1920s to where you were either very rich or you were poor. There was no middle class. I don't know. I'm just talking, right? What do I know? I ain't up in the office. But how you gonna put 145% tariffs on somebody and then blame them and say it's their fault and tell them when they're ready to talk about it, then we can come to the table. Whatever. So yes. But that's what I've been up to. And so hopefully next week I won't be as busy. I don't think did I even upload a chapter this week? I don't think I did. I mean, I was at work all week long. Not my favorite thing to do. But we must, right? We got to take care of ourselves. We got to provide and prepare. Yes, y'all should be preparing for a very long time here. I don't think this is going to get any easier. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. And we haven't even had any natural disasters, really. But for me to experience my first tornado last night, Lord Jesus, that was... Oh, and then you know what? The energy in my body, I've never felt that before. It was like literally I'll explain it the best way I can. And of course, my stomach was just like, it was tight, but yet the energy, instead of just being in one spot, it seemed to just go all the way up, like it was just tight. And then when it passed, it was like right here, and like I guess on my lower pelvic area or whatever, those points, it was like pressure energy points. I'd never felt that. Is Yeah. I literally have a level of confusion because I've been saying this for so long, and I was like, some things that I've seen, I don't know if it's really happened, but remember I was talking about how I see power outages and stuff. Do you see how Portugal and Spain and all them, like literally power, how does the power go out in an entire country? And we were just talking about here in the United States how Texas, it was like amazing how the entire state of Texas went out. And I kept saying, and I've been saying, I felt like 2020, the pandemic time, all of that was nothing but a dry run. Everything we experienced then, it was like, get ready, prepare. This is your chance to say, okay, if I ever had to experience this again, I would handle it this way. This is your chance. If like this is like the window is closing, that door is closing. And I don't like to be doom and gloom. I really, really don't, but the breakdown is happening. And it's like, and I don't even feel like a lot of people whom have voted for him are actually really seeing it yet. It hasn't really hit people yet. This is, the some that have lost their jobs. And then here's the other thing. How is it that all these people are losing their jobs and getting laid off and so forth, but our job numbers are up? And the labor, what is it called? The unemployment number down? Oh, come on, people. Somebody's messing with some number somewhere. This makes no type of sense. So, but but look at it this way. Like I seen that one video of that dude that said, let me show you in my house what all the stuff I have that's from America. He did his hands like this and he said nothing. Yes, they're about to do another big layoff. Absolutely. And then he said, now, what do you have in your house that's from China? Like every damn thing, everything, clothes, furniture, everything. But here's the interesting part. If China decides not to do business with us because of the tariffs, and they've got the whole world around them to do business with, what's going to happen to the United States? You want to talk layoffs? Have you ever been to Dollar General, Dollar Tree? We're talking basics. Everything up in Dollar General and Dollar Tree, 99-cent store, all that stuff's from China. All of it. It may be one or two, may say India, Indonesia, or something of that nature, um, but mostly China. Walmart, China. You got Target, Home Depot, Lowe's, all these stores, China. What's going to happen? I hope you got all your little trinkets that you need, but this is called, though the strongest will survive. This is a time to support your local businesses. I believe, I don't know if you remember before but when I was saying like how the dollar was going to collapse and how the future that I did see, how I saw us living in more community, and I saw people doing more bartering. You got all your trinkets. of people doing bartering. Literally, if you want to look at the good side to what is happening right now, people are literally coming together as a community now. It's being forced, whether it's getting a roommate, whether it's moving back home, whether the parents are moving in with the kids, whether somebody is taking a big house and changing each room into, like let's say it was a 4 or 5 bedroom house and you're renting rooms and sharing the kitchen, which you got to get them essentials. You got to get your laundry detergent, your dish soap, your toothpaste, your toothbrushes, all the things that you need on a daily basis. And here was the thing that I missed out when I talked about when we had the tornado sirens going on last night, and my son come out of the room. Me and Jason were looking at the TV, seeing exactly where the weather system was, because it was like, where do you go? What do you do at this point? Of course, it's the lowest point or to the middle part of your house. But my son came out with his backpack on, and I was like, Jason looked at him and he was like, "You going somewhere?" He's like, "No, I'm just ready in case we need to go." And then I thought about that and I was like, you know what? That's brilliant. Yeah, you have your to-go bag, especially in California with earthquakes. You have your to-go bag, you have your emergency. But in a situation like this with a tornado, you get the sirens. If you have a backpack and you have your change of clothes, your toothpaste, some baby wipes, maybe granola bar, your essential important documents, and you put that backpack on, and then you have to go huddle somewhere, and let's say some damage does occur to where you are at least you have essentials on you, and it's not like blown 4 blocks away, if you know what I mean. So something to think about. I thought it was brilliant. I was like, okay, that's the new preparing route right there. So, but get your stuff, buy one extra if you can. For those who have babies, or if you're pregnant, get cloth diapers. Revert back to old school. Do what you gotta do. I've been setting aside water because one of those winters, 2 winters ago, something like that, and where it got really, really cold, and the water pipes burst. Well, our water pipes burst at the county level to where the water system place is, to where they filter the water and all that, and it's dispersed through the county. Water pipe froze and broke there. So thank goodness, because I kept feeling stock up on water. And I've got to stop saying to myself, am I being extra? Because no, I'm not being extra. Whatever happens, I'm like, no, I'm not being extra. So we buy sweet tea when the jug is empty. If I don't make sun tea in the summertime, I put the jug outside and I make me some sweet tea outside. But rinse that jug out and then fill it with water, and then I was putting it underneath, because in the preparing and saving water, how they say a gallon per person for X amount of days, I found that that's not enough. Yeah. Thank you for saying not being extra. I've had that said to me too many times. Oh, Ma, you're being extra, you know. But the I didn't account for bathing because they say, okay, you need your drinking water, you need to be able to cook, you need to be able to brush your teeth, whatever water is needed for the cooking, when you're bathing, and like it took 2 gallons just to flush the toilet. So do the math in your home as to how many people are there and as to what you need to do, because yeah, get your look. Do you remember when I said I said top ramen noodles are getting ready to go up and there's getting ready to be a shortage of it? What's happening right now? Somebody showed images on the shelf. I forget what it was. But you're gonna have to do that. Prepare for it, because yeah, just to do bird bath, I was like using a half a gallon, per. Well, here's a half a gallon. Here, go bathe, bird bath with this. Ugh. So yeah, and washing dishes, all of that. It's like until you are actually in that situation, you really don't think of something. I have a rain barrel. Oh, I didn't show that, but I have a rain barrel connected to the outside the house. We're getting ready to get the roof redone, so and Jason wants to add 2 more rain barrels, because I will use the rain barrel water just to keep it recycled. I'll use that sometimes to water the garden so that it keeps that water recycled, and it's not just standing water. um, but yeah, these are all the things that it's really, really necessary. Get your spaghetti, your pastas, your beans, your rice. Okay, it's how you do with your rainwater. Okay, yeah, because then tomatoes, they don't like the water that comes out the pipes. It'll turn the leaves a different color. They want, just put that stuff on the dirt. Don't touch me. Don't touch me with that stuff. That says a lot. Um, like I told you, I have my I need to show it one day. It's in the house, but the generator that I have, it's a small little, it's about this big. It's a small generator, and it's got two or three plugs on it and some USB port things, and it tells how much power is left, how much time for um what you where do you live? You're not in like Michigan, are you? Um to where that water issue with the Flint, the water. You're not in Michigan, are you? For you, or you Kentucky? So they got that issue going on too there. Are you in a house or an apartment? I mean, like, you're able, your garden good? Um, yeah, let me know how big your garden. Are you just starting or what? The You said your garden isn't great. Well, there's always a first time, right? Hey, did it grow something good? You know what? When we first started, because it was during the pandemic, and of course, just being bored and how I can have these ideas, and I was like, oh, let's start a garden. Whew, to cut the grass, everything that we had to, because we had to shovel that grass off in order to get the area that we wanted for a garden. Man, if it wasn't for other folks stepping in, I was like, whoo, they're getting ready to be a fountain in the middle of this in a minute, because this is some hard work right here. What we have dug is going to be the garden. But I'm glad others pushed through, because I was like, whoo, I don't know what I was thinking. Glad I did it though. But when I did do it, I remember standing there and saying, I had a feeling that we were going to go through 4 to 5 years of gardening experiences. We had 4 to 5 years to get it right. We are actually at that point. And every single year, the garden experience was different. So everything that I've done, every experience that I have had, I just took as just a learning experience, a thank you, universe. I learned something new. And any type of gardening that you did get out of that, any type of uh, growth, you have a great garden. Start talking to your garden in the way that you want. Like, you delicious tomato, you. I'm grateful for you. You got it in the same way. Your word. You have a great garden. It is bountiful. We even had the first card, even though it was for Mark in Switzerland, it was still about harvest time and working towards it and not burning yourself out with sharing this information and getting this going in the way that it needs to be going, right? So talk to your garden a little bit more nice and say how wonderful it is and any questions that you may have. In fact, I don't know if you do, um, what's it called? Composting, but this one is from Miracle Grow. If I can get it to, okay. This one is from Miracle Grow. So, and you do your kitchen scraps. Okay. So it has two sides. All right. So go down here where I can kind of feel my way. So you unlock it like I just did, and then you're able to spin all the dirt and compost that you have in there. So let me lock it back up for you so that you can see. And this thing just slides over, and then you just put in, your leaves, you put paper, you put water in it, you put all your composting stuff, and you spin it on a regular. And then after it works its way down, so I haven't spun it for today, so it's okay. And after it works its way down, we collect it down at the bottom in that pan there, and then we stir it in the dirt in the garden for the fertilizer and get that natural fertilizer going. So I don't know if you do some of that. Before we did that, we just had a heap in the back covered up with some plastic, but I bought that for few years back. Yeah, at least 3 years back. I got that one, and that's been really nice in getting natural your kitchen scraps. And so I have a little tiny waste basket that you push with your foot for the pedal, the lid. You push the pedal and the lid comes up. And so that's what I put kitchen scraps in to keep it separate from the garden. Say not leftover food, not kitchen scraps like your onions, the ends, the peels, the potato peels, or whatever you didn't, your kitchen scraps. And so, and it breaks down well and it turns into natural fertilizer. All these little tips and tidbits we need to learn and do because we don't know how far down this is going to go. We may be living in more community and it's going to get bigger. It definitely will go and get bigger. And if it comes down financially and how things are just so expensive and people can't purchase the things that they want to purchase, bartering and trading is going to take place. So things that you may have in your house, because I know at one point I had the thought process, and this was before things got bad, it was before, so it would have been around 2019, somewhere around there. I had the thought process on stocking up on stuff just to be stocking up on, including liquor and alcohol, stuff like that, because people will trade. Let's say they got something that you need and they don't have that extra item, like maybe that bottle of wine, or maybe maybe they don't have dish detergent, or maybe they need a new pot set, or maybe whatever, maybe, but it will be bartering. So maybe it's kids' clothes, whatever you can trade to another person, even if you want to even create that and begin the conversation. What do you want to trade? I have this. What do you have to trade instead of this? And that's going to become really, really big in the future. People are going to be more coming together, less government, less having to deal with the nonsense that goes on out there. And with the garden, I have to say I'm extremely like proud. So next door, the kids, they have these little twins, and they either just turned 9 or they just turned 10, but I remember their first day of kindergarten and all this kind of stuff. But they started a garden, I think they did like pick like three or four things to start a garden. But they said because they had been watching me all this time and now they want to try it and do it. And I was like, oh my goodness, I set an example to the youth. So you can do it with your own. Yes, yes, yes. But yes, that's all the wonderful things. What else? I know I'm just chit chatting and showing things around, and um, but that's what I've been up to. So if you don't see me this week, it's because I'm putting money in the coffers, just preparing for um, this unsure time. Yeah. But be healthy, get you out there, ground yourself, put your feet on the ground. I don't know if my feet were showing, but I'm barefooted. I'm always barefooted. I love me some boots, but I prefer to have me some bare feet. It's crazy, right? So I can rock some boots, but let me be barefooted. Yeah. So it's going on an hour. I just wanted to come on and share and chit chat, pull a few cards, say hello, letting you know I am still here. And I am glad you are here. Thank you for coming, and keep practicing the meditation techniques because they are pretty strong, pretty powerful. Um, I don't want to other things that I may come on to share and so forth. I think it's important to strengthen of where what you have been given or what you are doing before you step to something else, and use wisdom when when you are working with these, and listen to your body. Pay attention to every tingle, every pressure point, every heat. You may feel when you get in these deep meditation times, or when you're deep into spirit, how the temperature rises, your body temperature rises. And so don't think that something's wrong with you. You get warm when you are in the energy of spirit, and the angelic realm, and your spirit guides and so forth. And when you are out of that energy, your body temperature will drop. I will get the shivers. Like that, it's like I channel and everything, but that was the number one reason that I really stopped practicing it on a regular, because I didn't like how much I would drop body temperature wise. Now that's just me, because I don't deal with cold very well. So maybe my body exaggerated and was being a little extra about it, but just sharing the information onto you, it's all normal. It is all normal. So trust yourself, because you are the only one that feels your body. You are the only one that hears your thoughts. You are the only one that sees what you see, whether it's out in front of you. Now remember, because I've even had somebody said they were called open visions, and I can name two that I've literally like thought I was seeing, but it wasn't. It was all a vision that was it looked in the physical form, even down to somebody driving by in their car. I literally saw them, and and they were like, they mentioned her name, and I was like, yeah, she's here. I just saw her. And it was like 30 minutes ahead went by before she walked in. And she said she had just got there. I was like, no, you didn't. I saw you. I waved at you. Quit messing with me. But just to say, trust yourself. Every tingle, every feeling, every thought. Trust the universe. Ask the universe. Talk to your angels. Talk to your guides. Um, I've had it to where I've asked to help me cook, and I'm thinking I'm just, thoughts coming in my head or whatever, thinking it's nothing, but literally it was an in-law that passed. And I was like, Francis, because she was the one that would help me. She was from Louisiana, so, I learned gumbo and all that kind of stuff from her. And that's why I knew it was her, because out of all the ingredients that I pulled out that day to make something, I heard, now make the roux just like I showed you. And that's when I knew it was her. So trust yourself. And where you hear it, what side do you hear what you hear? Is it above, below, behind you? Um, the high pitched noise in the ear. Remember now, if you do this, the pineal gland is somewhere right in the middle. And your pineal gland that's in the middle of your head is what brings you all of your intuitive senses, your intuitive experiences, whatever form it may take place in. Hearing, seeing, feeling, tasting, smelling, whatever. It all starts at your pineal gland. So that you'll hear, or the sounding like the pressure, just how it changes. Remember, your pineal gland is right there. So acknowledge it as well. When you are talking to your body and talking to your garden, talk to your pineal gland as well. Talk to whoever and trust yourself, and don't let anybody talk you out of it. Know yourself to be true. Know it, because you are divinity walking. Another thing, I know I said let's go a little while ago, but another thing with you as being, how I always say, we are divinity walking, and to show how powerful you are and how powerful your body is. If you look at it in this perspective, your body was literally created to hold divinity, to hold, support, and serve divinity. That's why your body responds to you, through your thoughts, through your words, and through your emotions, and the things that you say and think and do, and what you say to yourself. Your body responds. I did the finger trick. So when you put your lines that you have right there, I did it last week for those that didn't, and you put it together like that, and you can clearly see how one is taller than the other. Okay, so we're going to take the shorter one, which for me is my left hand, and I'll say to my left hand how much I love you and how strong you are, and you do everything. You hold things for me, your fingernails, you scratch, you support, you carry, and you do such a great and awesome job, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Now let's take that same, line it up. Look at that. Oh, I moved. Look at that. Did it not grow? Look at that. See that? Did it not grow? Your body responds to you. Talk to you. Thank you, eyes, for showing me everything that I see. You always show me everything that I see, and I thank you for that. And you always show it to me clearly. Thank you for that. Talk to yourself. So with that, I'm going to say bye-bye, because I otherwise I'll keep chit-chatting and chit-chatting. And I will try to come on again real soon, all right? So let's all say it together. I am love. I am light. I am all that I am, and so are you. And until the next time, have the most benevolent day.